What's up, peeps? It's Josh. I'm going live again because Maggie asked me to because she just got home. She's still outside walking the dogs and such, but I'm stopped right now, so I can start the live show. I don't know how long this will record because it seems like it takes up space on your phone, which we all know I don't have much of. So I'm not really sure if it's going to take up space on the phone or how that works, but we'll go live for as long as we can, and we're live now. Babe, I wasn't trying to not wait for you, but literally I'm stopped at a light, and possibility of me stopping again very soon is, I'm not really sure if I'll be able to stop again soon or not, so I just decided to go live while I could, because you gotta, like, title it and shit, I don't even know. So, and we're going. When you're ready, Lone Star. We're going through some pretty congested construction areas. I mean, they are really they're tearing some stuff up and putting some stuff together, and I don't even know. But I am on my way to Salt Lake City. I can say that because it's not my final destination for this load. In fact, I don't have a final destination for this load because I'm dropping it off and somebody else is continuing on with it. And I'm going to get Maggie and the boys. I cannot wait. There aren't words for how excited I am. I just can't. Oh, it's like this is like my Christmas Eve right now. Is knowing that I'm gonna see them soon and they're gonna get on the truck soon, and we are constantly watching our tails. Oh, it's a Sinclair. It's a big old Sinclair, and I wish I could show you guys that. He's got on a safety vest like what construction peeps wear, and he had on a construction hat and a pair of sunglasses. Oh, that was so cool. Oh man, I wish you guys could like see what I see. Actually, I think that's already a thing. I think Google invented that. And I think Google invented it so you could, like, I don't know, watch and what people are seeing as they walk around. I don't know. But yeah, this area is real congested. I don't know what the difference between going live and uploading a video is, except you guys get to watch it as it's happening, and maybe it won't take up as much space on my phone because it takes data. And if that's the case, then that's actually pretty cool, because I know I am going slow. What are you waving for? It's 25, I'm doing like maybe 20. Sir, calm yourself, please. People get nervous when they see big trucks. People get very, very nervous when they see a big truck, big truck. They're like, what? Absolutely, slow down. And I do. Oh, we're just going to do a turn at the last second? That was fabulous. You get a cookie, dummy. Anyway, but yeah, this area is all, like, constructionified. And, to me, all that means is, alright, birdie, move. I'm not trying to hit another bird. Thank you. Oh, you guys, I talked about it in a video. I hit a bird. It was very upsetting. I was, like, really, like, shook. And, yeah. But, I mean, in the scheme of things, like, I'm just going to try not to do it again, because that wasn't my favorite thing to have happen. Oh, this construction worker's got a motorcycle. That's cool. Very cool. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. And I'm headed to Salt Lake City. So, I'm ready. I'm ready to see my boys. I'm ready to see my girl. It's so funny because it's weird when you're away from your family. My peeps that do trucking, you'll understand this, possibly, I think. But, calm down, Cecil. We're good. It's a construction area. You can't always adhere to the lines in construction areas. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they The lines have to be colored outside of or something. Anyway, so I was in Walmart, and I'd asked Maggie if she needed anything, and she didn't. She didn't want any soda because she's got soda and whatever. And I was like, what about for the boys? Because when I'm out here on the road, like, for like months, I had these 2 little pig ears that I had gotten from Marvin Pete, and like, I couldn't give it to them, and I was just like, this sucks. I don't even feel like I'm connected to them. Like, I'm not feeding them, I'm not caring for them. This is weird. It's the longest I've gone without having a dog with me since I can ever remember. And it's just, I was lucky my trainer has a dog. So I was really lucky. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so, but, once I went solo, no dog. And, I think that sun might be coming through and making some glare for y'all, and I'm sorry about that. There's not too many places that I can keep the phone where it's like, what have you, I don't know, where, like, you know, I don't know, words, because yes. But, I went into Walmart the other night because that's right now Maggie has our debit card so that she can have money and I can transfer money over to it from Comdata because that's what our cards are. And so she's got the debit card and I've just been using the Comdata card in cash because I can pull out cash at Walmart and I'll do a transaction and then Walmart charges like 50 cents or maybe it's $1 for the transaction and I can get cash back. So that ends up working. That's worked really nicely. Yeah, nicely. But I went in and I was like, I get to buy my dogs some rawhides and some chicky stickies and like, I actually get to give them to them when I see them. Like, I am so excited for that. I actually have to, it's a little warm in here because I turned the air down quite a bit because the air is loud. George, if you're watching or if you get to watch this, not get to, like it's such a big damn deal, but you know what I mean. If you watch this, then you'll understand. But the shakers are kind of loud, which is hence their nickname. They're loud. Alright, what are we doing up here, people? Oh, we're doing a little serpentine action. Okay. Alright, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, it's, but it's such a great feeling to know that, like, not only am I going to be with them, like, soon, but, like, that act of going and buying something for my dogs that I was going to get to give them, and not just being like, oh, Maggie, can you order them a bag of food? And obviously, you know, her and I are both paying for that, but, like, that doesn't feel real somehow. That feels like, I don't know. It doesn't feel real. It feels weird. But, I'm so grateful that I've made it through training, knock on wood, and then I'm getting to this point where I'm actually headed to go get them. I mean, indirectly at this point, because I'm going to Salt Lake, and then I'm getting, we're actually getting a U-Haul because she has the card. I don't have a card. You need a card to get a rental car. So instead of getting a rental minivan, we are getting a U-Haul, a cargo van. And it's going to be, like, so expensive. It's, like, triple the price, but it's what we got to do because I don't have a card. We just have the one account. And, yeah, so, oof. But whatever, it's fine. It's worth it because I get to have them on the truck with me. And, I've cleaned. I just spilled a bag of chips over there. And there's, Marvin's going to be sniffing with his little snout. Pete's gonna be sniffing with his big snout. But whatever, it's fine. So yeah, basically, I go to Salt Lake City, and then I've got to try and get over to the U-Haul, which is 8 miles away from the yard. So, Ellie had told me that there is a shuttle at, Salt Lake, at the Prime Yard, so I'm hoping that, like, first thing tomorrow morning, because they're not, the shuttle's not going to be like, you know, whatever. The shuttle's not going to be available at 3 a.m. when I roll into the yard. Well, one of two things is going to happen, right? So one thing is, I'm going to get there, make really good time. I mean, this 25 speed limit is not helping my case. Construction, I'm trying to get to my girl and my boys. Can you help a brother out? Please? Can you end soon? Anyway, it happens. I'm not, whatever. It's a fact of life is construction. But, basically, so I'm going to try and get over to, and I might have to get a cab, and that's fine. If I have to get a cab, it is what it is, what it is, what it is. But if I can get the shuttle, then that saves, like, probably 20 bucks. But it's 8 miles away, so I'm going to try and get over there as soon as they open, and try and get the U-Haul early, because, if I make good time and I get there, and I'm at the yard, like, by, like, 3 a.m., then it means I don't have to take my break and then drive 2 more hours. So that would be dope AF if I can manage that, and I'm gonna try. But my dispatcher asks for an ETA. When do you think you can get somewhere? And usually I cushion that, and I'm like, well, tell me if I'm wrong, but this is what I see, and this is what I think, and I'm green as all get out, but like this is what I'm, you know, this is my deduction of what I think I can do in the amount of time or what have you. And so I sent that to him, and I'm like, either I'm gonna make really good time and I'll be at the yard by like 3 a.m., 2 to 3, or I'm not gonna make good time and I'm going to have to do my 10-hour break, finish the rest of the miles, and then, you know, go from there. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. I'm praying that there's a local cab, or that I can do the shuttle. I don't know. I guess we'll see. This is kind of weird to me, because normally in a video, there's a progression. I, like, talk, and then I end the video, and then, like, you guys can watch at your leisure. But this feels like, I don't even know if anyone's watching, because I can't with the, I just can't. It's not safe, you know, but, yeah, so I'm not sure if this is enjoyable for you guys, but apparently it does save them. So when this cuts off, at some point I'm sure it will, and when it does, it should save and it should upload it, and then, you know, you guys can watch or not. You know, I never ask for followers, subscribers, views, thumbs up, like, whatever. We ask because, like, for the thumbs up, that's what YouTube says you have to do if you're a partner. You have to say that now. I'm not sure why, but it's just a thing. But, like, honestly, the thing that I care about is when people leave thumbs down, and I'm like, how you gonna thumbs down? Like, you took an extra second of your time to, like, be a butt face? That's not a happy thing, but also, it is what it is. People are entitled to their feelings, and that's fine. So yeah, we have 478 miles to go. On my 8-hour clock, I have 6 hours and 11 minutes, which means I've been driving for almost 2 hours. We've already weighed, and between I have a gauge up here, and then I have a right way scale back there.
Just ahead.
Thank you, Bonnie. As always, you're bossy as all get out. Bonnie is the GPS and the Qualcomm, because it's just easier that way. Dobby is my phone, because
Reduced ahead.
house elf, why not? Harry Potter nerd for life. That's right. Alright, let's slow it down a little bit.
Speed warning.
I hear you. I'm endeavoring to slow down in a way that I don't glaze over my brakes. We're good. Okay. So yeah, and then we have the executive fridge. George, thank you for that. I can't tell you how much more amazing the truck is with a refrigerator. Like, honestly, like, I'm blown away. So thank you so much for that. The executive fridge, aka George. Hey, can you grab me a Diet Mountain Dew out of George? Well, that just sounds weird. Out of the executive fridge, I think we'll stick with. If George is watching this, he's like, ooh, that's weird. Don't say that to George. But yeah, earlier, there was such a kerfuffle that I got to the scale, and I'm talking cat scale, not weigh house, like not weigh station. Because the weigh stations, if you hit one of them and you haven't cat scaled, you're probably going to get in trouble if your numbers aren't legit. So, I'm just saying. I don't know, but I'm just saying. So I get to the cat scale, and I get on, and I'm like, crap, I'm so frazzled, I can't remember if I need to be on duty to scale. I'm like, do I need to bump my clock to scale? I couldn't remember. So I didn't, and I actually asked the lounge on Facebook. I was like, do I? And then I instantly got answers, which I can't tell you how amazing the group of Jim Palmer, Will Trans, Wilson Logistics, whatever. The entire freaking group is just rad because they answer questions, and I know for a fact that I'm annoying. I mean, I just know it. I know I probably drive people nuts, but I would rather ask a question than do something stupid. Because, I mean, the way I explained it to my trainer, I'm generally awesome with moments of sheer stupidity. And that always made her laugh. That always cracked her up. But it's true. So I try to minimize and eliminate as much stupidity from my actions as possible. Because ain't nobody got time for that. So, I put it up there and they answered right away. And I'm like, you guys are awesome. And then, my trainer does a step above and beyond. I don't even know if this is still recording. But if it is, my trainer calls me and she's like, what did you do? and I was just like, I was so flustered with everything that had happened, that I was like, I'm not really, And she's like, no, you didn't need to be on duty. Now, if you're rolling through a scale, we're talking a weigh station, not a cat scale. If you're rolling through a weigh station, you should be on duty because, and here's the reason, because they're probably, if they're going to call you in and look at your paperwork, there's a high probability that they're going to be like, I need you to email me your logs. And if you email your logs and you don't show that you're on duty at that moment, that's a ticket. And we pay for tickets. And once again, I say, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not trying to pay for tickets. I'm trying to keep my money in my pocket. So, thanks. So if you're rolling through a weigh station, which you'll find on many highways, pretty close to the edge of, pretty close to the edge of each state, there'll be a weigh station. And you'll want to make sure that you're on duty when you roll through those. And it's kind of stupid because sometimes you'll sit in that line for like 20 minutes, but you got to be on duty. And that's just soaking up your 70-hour clock. But there's not much you can do about that. That's just the nature of the beast. I thought I was going to get a 34-hour reset in last night, but I ended up rolling after like 20-something hours because the load got ready. Overnight dispatch was like, I don't know what to do. And I was just like, now, in many cases, overnight dispatch is dope in many ways. And in some, not so much. And that's okay, because they're learning too. But when I call, sometimes I don't exactly... I'm rambly. And if you don't know me, then you might think that I'm more flustered than I am. But I try to sound composed and, I try to have an idea of whatever. But I talked to one of the dispatchers, and I refrained from using names because I ain't trying to embarrass anyone. However, I talked to him last night, and he was just like, ask me a question. And I was just like, well, I don't know what question to ask.
Just ahead.
I don't know exactly what to ask you, but here's the situation. And Is this normal? Because I'm not...
Speed warning.
What? I'm doing 50, it's 55. What exactly?
Just ahead.
I'm very confused by the information you're introducing, Bonnie. I'm just going to let you know that right here and now. I was doing 5 miles an hour slower than what she wanted.
Speed warning.
And she was like, a speed warning. And I'm like, one of us is confused. Anyway, so essentially, I've never gone to a shipper and had them be like, yeah, your load will be ready in about 3 days. Oh, it's a tiny house. Man, that's so cool. Ugh, I want a tiny house so bad. Squirrel. Anyway, that tiny house was gorgeous. It looked like a little, like... It looked like a little log cabin, and I'm living for it. I ship it so hard, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a little tiny log cabin. Number one, I feel like it would be very warm and cozy, but also very heavy. So I'm not sure how that would work. Are there fake logs? Could we get a fake tiny log cabin? I don't know. Clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just jibber-jawing. Which is what I'm good at. I think we can all surmise. Surmise. Is that the right word? I'm not sure. This area is very flat. And there's train... That train makes me think of where Maggie is. And it makes me, again, so excited because I'm going to see her soon. Oh. I just honestly can't believe that this is my life. And this is what I get to do. Like, I get to be on this truck. I get to have my family. I talked to my dispatcher earlier. I just completely cut off the previous story. Moving on. I'll tell you the end of it later if you guys care. But basically, I'm rolling on the way to Maggie and the boys. I'm rolling through Missoula. So, I have to stop and get the paperwork and sign the passenger papers. Because they're covered under some kind of insurance. And so you have to make sure that their information is whatever it is it has to be. Making any sense, but you know what I'm saying. The information has to be legit for them. And you have to have, you have to notify the company that they are on the truck. So, So I have to stop on the way and do that. And then, well, I guess it really doesn't matter when I stop. I could stop, it really does, I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but at one point going to or from Salt Lake City, I have to stop in Missoula and fill out the paperwork. And, I'm not sure. Maggie, if you're watching, I'm assuming you're watching by now, babe. Because you're the whole reason I came live again. Because you were like, go live, please. And I was like, alright. And no, that's not what you sound like, but whatever. So, do you want to go to Missoula on the way back to Salt Lake City? Or do you just want to do a straight shot and get to the truck? Or would you prefer my arrival be delayed? Like, which would you prefer? Because I don't really care. But, so basically, we have to stop and do the paperwork at one point or another. We're going to have to lay down blankets, because the U-Haul, it's a cargo van. So we're going to have to lay down some blankets so the boys can lay on them in the front by us. And then we'll stack everything in the back, and I have bungees that will attach across so things don't slide. You know, Crouching Petey, Crushed Marvin. No, I'm not living for it today. Let's not. So, we'll do that. I'm just excited. I'm just so excited because in 24 hours, I'm going to be with them. And then, in a little bit over that, I think, I'm going to be back on the truck with them. And I'm like, what is my life right now? Yes! To quote Legacy from Pitch Perfect 2, who feels like a winner tonight? Me. So exciting. So exciting. I can't even. I was like trying to settle into, I'm listening to a podcast that's actually a book, and every episode is like a chapter of his book, and I can't settle into it, even though it's like a really dope book. I can't settle into it, and like, I just can't. So I'm just like, I might as well go live. What else am I doing besides being excited and nervous? For some reason, I'm nervous-sighted. Like Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. Yes, I'm a brony. No, don't judge me. Personally, if you guys know My Little Pony, you know that people usually, like, usually you have a pony that you, like, feel like they are like you, or you are like them, or whatever. And for me, it's Twilight Sparkle and Spike. I feel like the combination of them is me. And what we think Maggie is Rarity. And so it's so funny that Spike's in love with Rarity, because, yeah, we think that's kind of what my sisters and I have come to believe. Maggie hasn't made any declarations about what she feels on this. You know, maybe that'll be a video, I don't know. But, yeah. The sun is really quite pretty today. And I don't know if it's because I'm so happy. You know, sometimes your emotions can cloud the way that you see things. I mean, if you're in a bad mood, like, you could see a rainbow and be like, stupid rainbow. Where's your pot of gold? There is no pot of gold. Stupid rainbow. But, you know, in reality, normally you would look at that rainbow and be like, oh, that's pretty. And, you know, you're not really, like, spinning a negative thing on it. So, yeah, that's a thing. So, essentially, if all goes well, and we are truly beyond, in, like, 25 miles, I'm getting on the I-80, and I'm headed over to Salt Lake City. So, and again, I could talk about this, because this is not my final destination. Are you? You're a stupid person, and let me tell you why. I've got 80,000 pounds here, fool. Jerk. He was passing a car in the other lane, and he was like, really going fast. Because of course, you know, he's overcompensating for something, because he's got a car that's like a rolling house. You could buy a house for that in Michigan. I'm just saying. Anyway, but, make better choices, people, please. So, basically, I get on the I-80 and it's a straight shot over, but I've got to stop and fuel, because we only have a quarter of a tank of fuel, and as Darwin says at the terminal, a quarter of a tank is empty. A truck that has a quarter of a tank is empty, because the hose that goes down to slurp up all that diesel-y goodness is only so long. And so if you go past a certain point, you're picking up sludge. Because every fuel tank develops sludge on the bottom. And so you don't want to, like, utilize that fuel. You want to keep it above that level. And also, your APU doesn't work if you have less than a quarter tank of fuel. It just doesn't. Trust me, I've tried. So we're going to go ahead and fuel up. There's a Love's in our path that we are going to stop at. And I have to log 15 minutes for fueling. Although it often takes longer than that. That's just, you know, the way it is. I still don't know if this is still recording. Watch it not be recording and I'm just like talking to myself like a crazy person. So we're going to stop at Love's, and when you fuel up at Love's, you get a free drink credit, which I really do like that. I don't like the Love's. I don't like fueling at Love's because unless you have a certain number of gallons, you don't get 5 cents per gallon on your reward points. And at Pilot, you do. Whether you've fueled up 5 gallons or 555 gallons, you get your 5 cents per mile or per gallon. And I feel like that's fair. And you can use that towards anything inside the store. You can use it for laundry. You can use it for snacky snacks or drinks. Use it for whatever you want. You can also use it for showers. Although, if you're fueling 50 gallons, now here's a little caveat. If you're going to Pilot, yes, pass me, go, go, go. If you're fueling at Pilot, you get a shower credit after 50 gallons. If you're fueling at TA, you have to pump 60 gallons now to get a shower, which means eventually at some point Pilot's going to follow suit, and that's going to be the new norm, which I think is kind of crappy to change that, because you're really only penalizing truckers. You're not, the companies are going to go with whoever's cheapest. They're not going to care. So, I mean, I don't know. So I try to stick to, like, honestly, I prefer Flying J, because when I go into a TA, I use the men's room, because that's how I live my life, and the TA bathrooms are usually poorly set up, meaning the stalls are usually all the way in the back, and you have to walk past urinals to get to the stalls, and sometimes there's a narrow walkway. And I had an interaction in one of these such bathrooms, and so now I don't fucks with TA bathrooms all that more. Now the flip side of that is we have a little portable. All right, calm down, calm down. There was someone in my lane, so I had to move over because there's a truck pulled over. Are you okay?